How is it going, everybody? Welcome to the Bold Hairspring. My name is Ivan and I'm back with another G-Shock video. This is a limited edition special release DW-5600 to celebrate the Year of the Pig for Chinese New Year 2019. As such, it was released exclusively in China, and it's a collaboration with Shanghai streetwear brand ACU and the Bear Brick toy line. Coming up. If you are a G-Shock fan and you've been following their releases through the years, then you already know that there are a ton of different special and limited editions of the DW-5600 on the market. And the reason behind Casio releasing different versions of this model over and over again is because it's one of their most classic designs. The DW-5600 is based on the DW-5000, which was released in 1983. As you can see, after almost 40 years, guys, the design remains pretty much the same. And it still looks good, which is something that not all watches can brag about. But let's not waste any more time and let's start talking about the price, box and the watch itself. So the exact reference of this square G-Shock is DW-5600 CX-4PRP, and it was released in December 2018 to celebrate the Chinese New Year 2019, as I've already mentioned. It was released in China only, but it could be and it can still be found fairly easy in most other Asian countries. In China it retailed for 1090 yuan, which is about 140 euro. However, as of today, the cheapest one you can find on eBay goes for about 450 euro. I got mine from Thailand for 300 euro after shipping and tax. But keep in mind that the regular version costs around 80 euro, so whether this limited edition is worth or not the extra money, I guess it depends on how bad you want it. As it's with most limited edition G-Shocks, it comes in a special box. I can't really tell if it's made of wood or just very hard cardboard, but it feels very solid. It's also wrapped in this very nice to the touch red fabric. On the top of the box it says ACU G-Shock, while the right Chinese symbol means pig, but apparently it has the same pronunciation as the verb wish. Then the symbol on the right side means luck and happiness. So what we basically have here, guys, is a wordplay that means wish you luck and happiness. Once we open the box, we can see pretty much the same thing happening on the inner side of the lid, and then we find the watch sitting on the left side of the box, while on the right you get the 70mm Bear Brick toy figure, which resembles a pig, since once again this watch celebrates the Year of the Pig. Overall, I think it's a very nice presentation, it's very interesting, looks cool, and I guess the idea here is that you leave it on display somewhere in your house. Next, let's talk about the watch. This DW-5600 comes in a very nice, eye-catching, glossy red color, guys, which is complemented by gold iron-plated accents on the dial, buttons and buckle. And honestly, I love this sort of Iron Man color scheme. It's definitely not very versatile, but I dig it. And since red is one of my preferred colors, I have plenty of sportswear to match it with. If you turn the watch over, you can see the custom backplate, which is also gold iron plated, and it carries the pig logo in the middle. Some of the specifications also appear on the case back, such as 200 meters water resistant and the module number, which is the 3229, exactly the same that can be found in the non-limited edition model. Therefore, it doesn't bring any new functionality on the table. So you get an alarm mode, a 24 hours countdown timer and a 24 hours stopwatch mode. In timekeeping mode you can check the current time, day and date, and as you can see it's a fairly simple module with very basic functions that will run for about 2-3 years before it needs a battery replacement. And what can I say here, guys, it's a cool piece and I do love G-Shocks, but if you're like me who knows nothing about Chinese New Year celebrations and you've never heard about the ACU streetwear, then you'll find justifying the market price of this watch very difficult. And I guess that's the reason why it was released only in China. But if you are a hardcore G-Shock or strictly a G-Shock Square collector, then you probably see much more value in it than I do. On my 17 cm in circumference wrist, the watch wears very comfortable and it looks great. The DW-5600, guys, is probably the smallest G-Shock if we don't count the baby Gs, of course. Its case width is 42.8mm, the height is 13.4, and the lug-to-lug distance is 48.9, but the resin band sticks out quite a bit on both sides. It's also very light, just 56 grams. And here you have it next to my GD100, which is humongous. I admit it looks a little bit stupid on my wrist, but still one of my favorite G-Shocks nonetheless. And of course there will be a review of this one in the future as well, so stay tuned. Moving on, let's talk about the negatives. Things are very subjective here, guys, as with this reference Casio is targeting a very specific group of people. That being said, there's just one thing that I wish was better, and that is the red negative display. Being red is super cool and everything, but its visibility is just not so great even in bright outdoors conditions. At certain angles, it's just impossible to check the time. And if you go into a dimmer room, things may become even worse. However, you do get a red electroluminescent light to help you in these kind of situations. I wouldn't go as far as saying that the display is a deal breaker, but in some occasions you would definitely find yourself looking for the right angle to check the time. My final words are that this square G-Shock is super cool looking, I love the colors, but the ACU and Bear Brick collaboration means nothing to me, guys. The module is also very basic considering the price point, and for that reason I don't think I'll be keeping it for much longer. Nevertheless, if you collect rare limited edition G-Shocks, then you may want to consider getting yourself one, as it's becoming harder and harder to find, especially in Europe. So thank you very much for staying until the end. If you enjoy watching my videos, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.